What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Crystal Monique of Crystal Monique Photography. And today I just want to come on here and talk to you guys about pivoting. I know. There's buku videos out there talking about the same thing. Hear me out though. The ability to recognize when it's time to pivot. So I know a lot of people like to say niche down. And look, I'm still talking with my hands. I'm trying to use a mic. I know a lot of people like to say you have to niche down. However, I feel like you have to find your lane and get in there and make it yours. Okay, that sounds like a clustered thought. So let's touch on that. What I mean by that is you have your boudoir photographers, you have family photographers, you have mainly natural light photographers, your studio photographers like myself, branding photographers. Like there's so many genres in which you can have a niche in photography. However, I think when you first start, you do have to niche. You have to find what works for you in order to start getting your clients. Herein comes the pivoting. Once your business starts to grow, then you're necessarily going to have to find another way to generate that income. And what I mean by that is, like I'm a predominant studio photographer. As you can see, I have my in-home studio and I shoot buku people here. I shoot photos, videos, all of the things in this space. However, I've pivoted towards branding also because within those slow months, you're back to school and around the holidays, people aren't just booking like your typical photo shoots. They're not going online as consistently as they are in the warmer weather to find somebody to take their photos. Hence, being able to pivot. So once you get that momentum and in order to keep up with the business, because as a business owner, let's face it, nobody gonna come to save you and nobody gonna tell you what you need to do. Learning all of this is by trial and error, which is okay, because if it was built for everybody would be done. However, again, being able to pivot. So finding that these brands, they do need photos and video work for their socials, for their website, as well as for their own marketing, gave me an opportunity to connect with like-minded creatives and artists of all walks and to be able to help them get increased visibility as well as high scrolling imagery and video for their websites as well as their social accounts. So again, and I'm not going to touch too much on that because that's a whole nother video in itself. But again, just being able to pivot, being able to find another route. It doesn't necessarily, entrepreneurship is not going to be a straight line. It's going to be like a tree. It's going to have buku different branches. And you have to be able to adapt and just know when to pivot, when to shift, and when to shift back. And again, like I said, those are things that you learn through trial and error. I've been in business for almost 4 years now and have taken a lot of ups and downs. Like, don't sit up here and think that everything is going to happen overnight because it's not. It took me 3 years to fully build my studio out. It took me 3 years to understand my brand awareness, who my direct audience is, who am I speaking to, who am I marketing to, who I want to do business with, the types of clients that I want, to contact me. Who am I looking for? Who am I speaking to? All of that takes time. And again, just being able to know when to pivot. If this lane ain't working for you, that don't mean you have to close that door 100%. Put whatever into it is working for your business, but find an alternative route. That's literally all it is. So to all my entrepreneurs, all my creatives, everybody out there, always, you know what I'm going to say. Stay motivated, stay focused, and most importantly, get out there and do what you do. It's your girl, Crystal, of Crystal Monique Photography.